Boys and girls, welcome back to our channel. So today we are at, is that the sign? Yeah, CMV Automotive, right? Which is Ricardo, who you've all met. This is his dad's and uncle's garage, and basically we'll get inside. There's some sick cars inside, but Rick has now got a new car as well. What is it, Clipso Red? Clipso Red?
Yeah, Clipso Red.
36, which is very sick, very clean. Yeah, I think I might. Okay. The question is, Rick, do you skid it?
Yeah.
You need to drop the Johnny. Right, let's head inside. Oh, okay. Thank you, sir. Right, so first of all, pretty much, like, you'll find out there's some sick cars in here. I'm gonna walk around with Rick and basically just ask him some questions, but they are his uncle's cars, so Rick might not know. There is like, how many of your cars in here?
So I've got 2 of mine, 1 of my brothers, and then about 6 of my dad's.
There's quite a few cars, but we're gonna get to it, and there's, honestly, just trust me, there's some gems, but we'll start off with the 500. So Rick, tell us the story behind it.
Right, so my uncle got given this car. It used to be a chicken shed in Florence in Italy. So when he rebuilt it all, because he fully restored it, it's now called Flory, the car.
Flory, what you saying?
The only original parts of the car is actually the gear knob. That's got like a little aeroplane in there.
Okay.
Other than that, it's been fully restored. That's got a bigger engine in it. It's got a 650cc engine on it. Like a Fiat 126.
Imagine that engine in there. So we've got a few cars we're not really going to talk about, but actually I do want to say, that plate, if I drove with that, right, let me tell you, I'd drive down this one road, yeah, and a copper would literally put his glove on, and yeah, I'm going to leave that the rest for your imagination, right? But there's a few cars in here that I'm not going to say too much about. We've got a A3 and another A3, but one car which really is very cool is this. I actually tried finding these wheels for my Golf when I had it, but the thing's sick. Just like the whole like 80s vibe and the mirrors, just the thing is very cool. What actually is it, Rick?
It's an SL500.
So someone probably, I mean, a lot of you probably know what this is, but I've never really been a Mercedes fan, I will be honest, but this thing is very, very sick. I mean, I will be honest, not my cup of tea, but Rick, what is it?
That is a 595, so it is the faster one of the lot, but...
There's probably some 17-year-old girls out there who are like, wow. And then we have an RS6. I do not know what shape it is, but Rick, do you know what engine it is?
I'm pretty sure it's 5 litre V10. Yeah.
But honestly, the thing's cool. Got some carbon in there. Don't know how I feel about the seats, I will be honest, as in the colour. No offence, Rick, because you have got grey seats in the 36, but...
Said that was nice anyway.
But in the 36 with the red, it does look very sick, but in a new car I feel like grey just is not a thing. But I really don't know how I feel about this shape RS6, but it does look very cool. I think I prefer the new one. Someone tell me in the comments what like B this is and what the new one is, or the newer one. But the wheels, what are they, 21s? Oh, Dunlop. 20s. I think some big Johnnies. So one thing I know a fair bit about is old Fords, because my dad's always had them. So this is a Sierra, but Rick, what is it?
It's a Sierra XR4i. They were made just before the Sierra Cosworth that everyone like wants. They're not as desirable at the moment, but I imagine in a few years and that they'll probably be up there.
I think the thing looks so cool. One thing I do not like is the wheels, but pop the hood.
It's got a 2.8 V6.
Okay. But the wing, or wings I should say, that is very cool. And the little pinstripe that goes all the way down the side. That is sick. But I do think it's well weird with the windows. There's like, imagine how much it costs to get this car, like get the windows tinted on this car, honestly.
That is one of the main differences. Because obviously with the RS500s and that, they just got the one big one. People do cut them out and use the shells, but...
That is cool. Honestly, red cars are very cool. Red E36 maybe? Question mark? And then speaking of red cars, personally my favourite. I'm going to let Rick do some talking about this because this car has had a lot of work done to it and it is actually his dad, so Rick.
Right, this is another one of my dad's cars, just like the Sierra. Bought it about 2.5 years ago. That's a Lancia Beater in the Granada. That is a 16 valve one of the later ones. They make about 195 brake from standard. This has been mapped, it makes about 253 at the engine, about 210 at the wheels. Unfortunately my dad did get into a bit of a race with a Honda Civic on the way to Yarmouth. He blew the engine up, which was quite an expensive bill. Cost me about 6.5 grand to get it fixed. It's just part and parcel of having an expensive exotic car.
Honestly, very cool. One thing I am going to say, if any of you want a video, like some sort of feature or just a review on these cars, I'm sure if you drop enough comments, I can make it happen. Other than one car, which I will tell you when you see it, I don't think that's going to happen. And I know it's going to be the car you all want to see, but this is definitely a car I reckon I can make a video on. So if you all want to see it, drop a comment and I'll make it happen because the thing is so cool. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Old cars just do it so much better. They look like over fenders sort of thing. Honestly, the thing is so cool. Look at the wing as well. Wow. So this one is not actually for sale. I mean, everything has its price, but I don't think many of you would want to pay the price for this. The thing is so cool. So we're going to get onto this. But, what is this, Ford Galaxy?
Yeah.
The thing, honestly, I've never been a huge fan of American cars, right? But look at the size of that. And they've managed to come through that door. What? The thing is massive. But like I said, I've never been a huge fan of American cars, but these two in particular are very cool. Like, really cool. Like, little things, yeah. Like the little green pinstripe. Looks like a neon. That's sick. And the rear view mirror has actually got flames on it, which is very, very cool. And Rick actually told me, it took me like 4 hours to figure how to take the car out, how to take the door handle, or how to open the door handle. And it's actually got, I don't know if you're able to see it on camera, it's got flames in the headlining as well. Honestly, I need to build a hot rod. Santa Pod, yeah, watch, I'm coming. And I know zero about motorbikes. I say zero, I know the basics, but someone's going to probably really like that. Rim, rim. Then we've got Rick and his brother's RC collection, which I actually drove that. I say drove it like. But some cool things. I always wanted an RC drift car, never did. Maybe I should. Yeah, I think I might. And then the car you've all been waiting for is this Charger RT, which is Dodge, right?
Yeah, Dodge Charger.
The thing has had a lot of work and a lot of... How much did you say the guy was deep in the engine?
I'm pretty sure he told us he's about 35 grand deep.
Okay, that's no B series, boys. But honestly, like I said, I'm not a big American fan, but look at the size of the supercharger. There's a board for it, right? And on here it says 600 brake. But what Rick actually told me, if the camera actually focuses, says 600 brake. But Rick actually tells me that's before the supercharger, right?
Yeah, that's what he told us.
So this thing's probably making, what, like 800 brake now or something. But it is honestly unreal. And then you see the price tag, and I think it suits 85 grand. And I'm pretty confident they're American racing wheels. One thing I know a bit about is wheels, I suppose. Yeah, American racing, they are cool. Dishy Johns as well. And I see Willwood brakes in there. They ain't cheap. I didn't even look at the front brakes. Okay. Like I said, I've never been a big American fan, but this thing is sick. Proper Fast and Furious spec, boys. I'm guessing it's some sort of drag car, Rick, right?
I think it's more of a street car.
Imagine trying to park this in Asda car park, yeah? You'd have to park in like the trolley bay. The thing is wham. Oh my. And I'm going to try not to miss cars, because cars that I'm not really interested in, I always forget to film. But this is, what is this, Rick?
It's just an XKR.
So what's that, something supercharged, right?
Yeah, is it a V8 supercharged or a V12? I can't remember.
Someone will probably know, but yeah, we've got a Jag. One thing I will say, because I try to find stuff about cars even I don't really like, the wheels are sick. Imagine them with like different lips, if they are actually genuine splits. I probably should imagine so. And the brakes as well. Kind of cool, if it went convertible. Right, so next room, we've got Rick's older brother's car. Little C2, quite cool. We'll get onto that in a minute. What's that, Rover?
Yeah, it's just a Rover. It's not a Tomcat, so it's not a 2-litre turbo one. It's just a 1600. Starting to like go up in value in that. It's just something that's my uncle's owned for a little while and just done a bit of TLC to it. Now it's ready to be sold.
One thing I will say, the colour is so cool. Don't really pick up on camera, but the colour is sick. Look at these bad boys. So Rick, I'm gonna have to ask you, what is this?
That's an Opal Record. That's one of my dad's mate's cars. I was brought over from Holland. It used to be an automatic, but it's been manual swapped. So now it's got a 2-litre manual in it.
Like I say, I have no idea what it is.
The car also used to be beige, and my dad's mate painted it white.
Sick.
And it actually runs on LPG.
What's that?
This just runs on gas. It's not got any.
Oh! Oh!
Yeah, I ain't got the keys. But yeah, in the boot it's just got a gas tank. It literally just runs on gas. Don't think.
Hybrid. So, I don't know what mark it is, but Mondeo ST.
Yeah, it's a Mark II Mondeo ST24. My dad's owned it since 2006. He used to work at Ford and he got the car with 15,000 miles on the clock. It's got about 55,000 on it now. Still quite a low mileage.
So it's done its rounds. That's quite cool. Never been a big Mondeo fan. Bit Mondano, innit? But, oh, the wheels are quite cool actually. 4 spokes, that's sick. And then we have this Fiat, yeah, which I have no idea what Fiat it is.
That's also one of my dad's. That's a Fiat Chroma. You don't actually see the cars anymore. They're quite a rare thing to see. He literally bought it just because when I was a kid he used to have one, and he used to like how it drove. So he just went and bought another one when one came up.
What does it look like? It looks a bit like a Peugeot, right?
Yeah.
I probably just offended, so I've just offended so many people just now. But no, it's quite cool. I like the rally sort of stickers as well. What engine's in it?
That's just got, I don't know if this is open, it's just got a 2-litre Fiat twin cam engine on it.
Okay.
Funny enough, the actual block of this engine is the exact same block as what they use in the Delta. So.
Oh. Fast. So in the corner we've got a Volvo 240.
That is just a 2-litre automatic.
And also, I'm going to stand back and film this because this deserves the recognition. This is Rick's K10 Micro. Let me tell you, right, I wish I could put a video in, right? That's one of Rick's cars he's telling you about. He's got another one in there, right? And obviously the 36. Now this thing has done some sends in his time, right? I'm going to tell you a little story just quick. We're at a car meet, right? And all these people are leaving. If you've been to a British car meet, you'll know more front-wheel drives do skids when they leave than rear-wheel drive, right? Rick comes out on the handbrake. He mangied down the road, skidded a whole roundabout, and then mangied back up the road to another roundabout. Honestly, I've never been so gassed in my life, but the thing's sick. What are your plans with it, Rick, do you know?
I'd love to be able to just keep the car forever. I think it'd be cool to be able to be like 50 years old, whatever, still have your first car. I'd like to put a 1.3 out, like a K11 on it.
And I'd love to do a build series on it, Rick, so pull your finger out. But he's got a few little goodies in there. Honestly, the thing's so cool. But let me tell you, going to a car meet in London in it, on the other hand, is not so cool. Because it sits in 4th gear at like 80. Like, wah! Honestly, like, I swear to God, like my dad's had Evos, a straight pipe Evo, loud cars. I've never had a headache after being in the car, don't think. After being in this Johnny, honestly, I've many paracetamols, and it does big key bangs.
Shotgun.
Can we get a key bang?
We can. And
again, I have no idea what this is, but Rick, you reckon it's quite rare, yeah?
That's a Lancia Beater. These cars, they rusted when they were new. Like literally, they was coming off the forecourt rusty. So for one to still be alive is
And I can't actually see any rust on it either.
And again, for a car from 1979, it's got a 5-speed gearbox in it, which is something that you didn't used to see. And again, it's got a twin cam engine on it.
I'll tell you what, I love steering wheels like that. I think they're so cool. And a blue interior as well. It's like a, I don't know if the camera will pick up, it's like a light blue interior.
Honestly, mate, jumping up, tell me how comfy that is.
Okay, okay. Whoa! I'll tell you what though, I know I've got a big Swede, but I'm almost touching the roof.
That's like sitting on a marshmallow.
It is one of the comfiest seats I've ever sat in. Oh my god. Take him out, put him in a 60? Question mark? Look at the dials though. Honestly, new cars just don't do it like this anymore. This is like so cool.
Another cool thing is how the glove box moves.
Yeah, I was then literally trying to figure that out.
You gotta turn this down here.
What? What?
It like folds really weird.
It's like a secret compartment. Look at the size of the keynote as well. Look at like the tape deck as well. Honestly, that is just mad. So cool. See what I mean by the door cards though? It's all like, the interior is literally all like blue. And the roof lining is like Yanan's curtains. And then we have, do you know what? Yeah, this car looks like a Winston. What is it? What even? I have zero clue. What is it?
It's a Ford V8 Pilot.
The thing is,
Don't even ask how old it is, I'm not sure.
older than,
50s, I imagine.
it is older than Yanan. Thing is, a lot of my knowledge is with like Jap cars and like stuff I'm obviously interested in. A lot of these cars are like Fiats and all that sort of business that I don't know much about. And I thought I know a lot about cars, but obviously not as much as I thought. But I'm just looking at this now. The thing's like, I try and appreciate every car, even if it is something I'm not interested in. To see this on the road now is just actually madness. It's like, how old is that? Hang on. That's like, what?
I'm not even sure.
If it's from
the 50s.
So if we say 50, that's what, 70 years old. This car is literally as old as my grandma. And grandma, you didn't hear me say this, grandma, but I think this might be in better nick. Look at the roof as well. And obviously you've probably noticed all the grills and stuff on the wall. And that poster, which Rick doesn't actually know this yet, but that is coming home with me. And then you got all the ones up here. And I noticed there's like those Mercedes hubcaps. And people put them on like banded Steelies and stuff. And I always wanted them for my Golf when I had it, my first Golf. So they're going to go missing as well. But there's some cool bits. Then we've got this little kit car, which I actually said to Rick, has it got a Ford engine in? Because everyone puts, what are they, Ford Pinto engines in them? Which is kind of cool. I'd love to do a video on this. Do you reckon we can get a video on this?
Maybe when it's working.
Why, what's wrong with it?
It's not been used in a long time. And it's like when you start, it's a bit lumpy and that.
Because I reckon a video on this would be very funny. And then, probably one of my favourite cars here. Actually, well, you'll see there's more cars in there. My favourite car is actually in there, but this thing is very, very cool. What, E21?
E21 323i. It's got Alpina wheels on it.
Honestly, the thing is unreal.
It's got factory Recaro seats as well.
What is that ladybug looking thing? Honestly. I'd love a steering wheel like that in the 36. Look how small it is. So cool. Right, so before we get to Rick's other car, this is Jan, which is Rick's older brother, like I say. Now Jan has a love-hate relationship with gearboxes, and Jan is now on his third gearbox?
He's just, no, that's his fourth one. It's just
fourth gearbox.
Yeah. I'm the one that has to fix it.
Brilliant. But yeah, Jan, I will give it to him, he does send it. So it's not like he's going for a gearbox and driving like a he does do big burnouts, I will be honest. But I never thought I'd say it's quite a C2 is cool, but I mean it is pretty cool. Needs some wheels, but other than that, one thing I will say, Jan, is yeah, that is not ideal. Right, so Ricardo, or this is the reason behind, or was it that? Maybe it was that I call Rick Ricarslow. There you are, so there's Rick's nickname, Ricarslow. This is his 1.4 Civic. Now let me tell you, when I say this car, it has done some miles, right?
Yeah, I bought it on 91,500 miles, and I've done 20k in the year.
Yeah,
Half of it was getting cars for Nathan and his girlfriend.
yeah, we'll be honest. If you remember Rick, I don't know if I said at the start of the video, Rick took me to pick my E60 up. So he has been on the channel before, and he helped, yeah, he picked Lane's car up. Rick is honestly absolute G, but this is which I'm guessing, I think Rick, I've got a feeling you're a hoarder, Rick, I've got a feeling. What's going on with this? What are you doing to it?
Well, I bought the 36 and I just decided to take it off the road. So I do want to eventually maybe B18 it. But
Turbo, question mark?
that, yeah, I probably would go down that route.
At the moment it's a bit of a stance boy. Well, almost stance boy.
It's typical Civic life, isn't it?
It's got quite a few little cool things inside as well. The wink mirror. I think I'm going to get one then for the 36 because they're actually quite cool. It smells really nice as well. And actually, hold the phone. Have you ever seen an EK with cup holders? What? Brilliant. All I will say, Rick, if you're going to get it on the road, please get a splitter.
Yeah, but can we just say one thing?
What?
Because I'm actually a man, you see.
Right.
Unlike your little brother.
Right.
He's static, so we get some.
Okay. Matt, the shot has been fired. Right, so this is actually my favourite car in the whole unit, right? Last time I was here, it was actually parked there so we could have looked at it a bit better. But it's another E21, but it's like a bit of a track boy. With an air filter the size of my head. Right. Rick, tell us a bit about it.
It's got a 2.5 in it, so it's had the 2.3 taken out. And then it's got a dog box gearbox in it, so it's like got a racing gearbox. It's got a few Alpina bits inside it, full leather interior. It's one of my uncle's cars. He's at one stage he had about 6 of them.
Good wipers, very good wipers.
But he is planning on wrapping the car. That's why he's sort of sanded the roof down because the paint weren't great on it.
But yeah, this is definitely. Last time I said the roof wasn't sanded, but the car, honestly, my favourite car. I'll show you the interior. No, I won't. Rip, 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 rip. Can we get a key for it?
Might be able to.
Look at the seats. They are so cool, and the steering wheel. Wood is my. I love wooden interior. I know it's like 8-year-old man spec, but honestly, that steering wheel and gear knob can confirm is going to go missing. That is going in the 36 because that is so sick. But honestly, I would love to build like an E21 at some point. I know they're rocketing in value, but E30 or an E21 or something like that. I don't normally do classic cars, but I'd love to build one because they are just. And I'd love to put like a modern engine in it with a big turbo, and that'd just be. I'm like procrastinating right now, but the thing's sick, man. So cool. And also, one of my favourite things about old cars is how the bonnet's open. We can all agree, and I want you to all drop a comment actually. Old cars do it better. Like I know new cars do the whole electronic and launching and all that sort of good shit, but you just cannot beat classic cars, especially like stuff like this. I bet this thing is so much fun to drive, and I mean I'm probably never going to find out, but I could ask Rick's uncle nicely if Rick's uncle would let me maybe potentially maybe not drive the E21. If you watch this, what's your uncle's name? Ken, if you're watching this. And then we've got the either footballer or 20-year-old girl version of the E21, which is actually, I say that and I talk bad on it, but it's actually got a 3-litre twin turbo in it, which is very cool. It's like a 135i, but it is convertible, which, yeah, not ideal. And the interior is not a very nice colour, I will be honest. But if you're into that, there's that for you. So again, I have no idea what this is, but I'm going to presume it is a Brasilia, but I know it's not. What is it?
That's a Reliant Scimitar. They're basically just like a fiberglass bodied car with a 3-litre V6 in them.
Let me in. Well, what is, this is another very silly, I say silly question. Why is it all fiberglass? Is it to stop rust?
Well, I imagine if it's fiberglass it can't rust, but
Mechanic.
I don't know why they done it.
I think it's lighter as well, right?
That is lighter than metal, yeah.
That's probably why. Race car. But that is very cool. And like I said, I'm not a big I ain't got a big knowledge on classic cars, but you can kind of see where I got the Brasilia from, right? Is it Brasilia? What is a Brasilia? Is it a Volkswagen?
Not sure.
Honestly, like when I tell you, yeah, my old car knowledge is shocking. Like if it's not BMW or anything Japanese, it's not that great, I will be honest. But I want to learn. So yeah, this is a Reliant, which make 3-wheelers. Reliant Robin, yeah? This is like a Reliant Robin with an extra wheel. And then another one of my favourite cars in here is this Merc, which you cannot really see because it's a bit of a barn find. But Rick, what is it?
That's a 450 SEL. My uncle bought it quite a while ago. Took it for an MOT, and it failed. Had a few pages worth, and it's just sat there since.
He's taking it to the wrong guy then, isn't he? Really. But there's something about like a stanced Merc, one of these just on the floor, all blacked out, just such a mafia sort of car in it. Not that you can really see it, but yeah, very cool. So it's quite a sick little setup they've got in here as well. I've got 2 posts, because Rick's dad, whoa, zoom! Rick's uncle and Rick's dad do like all the work to the cars themselves, which is sick. They've got a lot of projects, and I'm pretty confident they'll all be done at some point, but we'll move on to probably, I know I've said literally every car's my favourite car, but another E21, but this thing, again, red cars. What engine's in that, Rick?
That's just got the standard engine on it still, just a 323i.
Unreal. What's the plate? Is that German plate?
No, English plate, just like German style.
Okay. So cool. Obviously the arch gap is not helping the situation right now, but the thing is sick. And then we've got Rick's dad's Granada. And it's quite, I say a funny story, but Rick, do you want to tell us a story about this?
So it was parked in the showroom, and he had another one, an automatic, and he needed to close the big door behind it, but the car went far enough forwards. So he jumped in it, but only half got in, and obviously being an auto, he used his left foot rather than his right. Went for the brake, hit the accelerator, crashed into the back of this one, the handbrake was off, and this actually went through the showroom window. And that's why the whole front end's off of it, because it damaged the wing and the bonnet, and then all the front crash panels.
And Rick actually told me, how much is a wing for one of these cars?
500 quid for a new wing.
Each.
Side, so.
That's more than like, you could probably buy like a GT3 RS wing for that. That is crazy. And I am gonna say it, I'm gonna be that guy. We have got some BBS reps in the house. Not ideal, but they do suit the car. The only thing about these is the front seems to sit quite low, but when you see these rolling, I've seen quite a few of these, they sit really high off the floor. But I'm guessing this is on like lower on springs, right?
Yeah, it's only on springs, yeah.
Yeah, so it's not as bad. But Granadas, they are a boat. What engine do you say is in it?
That's just a 2 litre Pinto, so that's the same engine as what's in the
kit car.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. So I should imagine it's not very fast.
No, not at all.
Honestly, I cannot exaggerate how sick. And Rick's just gone to grab a key. And I just want to say, this video is all like thanks to Rick. So cheers, Rick. You're a legend, wherever you are. You're watching this now. But I would love to have filmed some cars in here. Like, that kit car would be sick. Lancia, obviously I'd love to film the Dodge. That's the car I told you that I do not think I'm allowed to film, but would be very sick. Because it is up for 85 grand. So it's probably best we don't do that. But like that E21 behind there, hold up. I'd love to do a video on that with the dog box and everything, because honestly, oh, so cool. The main thing I want you to do before the video is not ending, I've got a few more cars I want to show, and I did promise a key bang from the Micra, but just drop a like on the video and make sure you comment which car's your favourite. I'm genuinely interested, because like I say, my knowledge of classic cars is not very good, so I'd like to see what you guys think is the best out of it, you know what I'm saying? So drop a comment, what car's your favourite. And then also there's this E30. Rick, is that the same colour as your car?
I think it might be, yeah.
But tell us about this, other than the fact it's convertible.
I said I'm pretty sure it's got a 3.5 litre straight 6 on that.
Out of what?
Like a 635 or something like that.
Very cool. If it was a coupe, but still, I bet this is a vibe in the summer with the roof down. Very, very cool. So Rick, what are these both?
So they're my dad's mate's cars again. The bottom one's a Opal Commodore. I'm pretty sure he's told me countless of times that he's owned it for about 29 years now. And he reckons that he's done like 200,000 miles on it.
200?
He's took it to Africa and that.
Okay.
And then the one above it is a Opal Commodore. So that's got a 3 litre straight 6 in that. The car came from Belgium. And then he got it like shipped over here. And he's just had to change the engine because it had been sat in a barn for like 28 years. And he's just got it running. But he's having trouble with the paperwork to get an MOT and get it actually like legal in this country.
I know, that is both quite cool. I cannot believe that car has been to Africa. That is unreal. And I cannot see rust on it. Maybe he didn't drive through the desert. Maybe he did. But that is all the cars in the garage. We are now gonna, hang on, I do not know where I am. Oh, shortcut. We're now gonna film the key bang as promised. Hopefully the police are not called, because honestly, true story. Actually, Rick, I'll let you tell the story. What happened with the key bang?
We done a few down there, and the police turned up, and then they basically just told us that was alright, but we had to admit that we had been making our cars pop and bang. Otherwise, they were going to be looking for someone with a gun.
1 litre micro is now a war weapon. What was your favourite car in it?
A bit biased, but probably my dad's car, to be honest, the Delta.
And we are now going to try and get the Lancia started, but apparently it's a 2-man job because the jump pack is finished. But we'll get that started because apparently it makes some sick noises, and then we'll do the key bang. And I know a lot of you would love to hear this running. We can't actually do that, but the thing just looks rapid. Do you know what I mean? I'd love to do a video on it. So again, what's your uncle's name again? Ken. Ken, if you're watching this and we can make it happen anyway, I will not say no, because this thing is genuinely unreal. Like, it's actually crazy. And also these the lights, which I didn't actually know, like, come down. The lights are behind there. Just so cool. Like I know I keep saying it, but what is that up there? What? There is a Focus RS bumper as well. No idea why that is there, but cars ain't like this anymore. So we're gonna let it warm up and then do some revs. But I hope you're ready for the micro, because I know it's only a 1 litre, but do not be fooled, yeah? The thing is a savage. I'm now gonna let you hear that, because trust me, when Rick first did it key bang, he revved it, and you'll see it takes ages. It's like, bang. And he revved it, and I was like, oh, it's not, and then it banged. I was like, ah! I screamed like a 2-year-old, man, honestly, I swear. There's just bumpers everywhere. But a touring car alpha bumper, very cool. And a Focus bumper. Honestly, I wish you could smell this video. All it smells of is old, like, just fuel. Oh, if you know, you know. Are we ready? Yeah.
You get the flames up back.
Fine. Oh my. I can't hear anything. I'm actually so, oh my. I swear down, I'm deaf. Cheers, Nathan's crying. Oh my god. So we're gonna get another one, but I'm gonna put my finger on my ear this time, because that actually hurt. Okay. I told you, mate, she's a war weapon. Ow. But yeah, cheers, Micro. Nathan is actually crying. One of the loudest things I've ever heard in my life. Why I stood behind it, I do not know. But I am now deaf and everything is ringing. So cheers, Rick. Thank you very much. So after that experience, boys, I forgot there's an outside. And the reason I want to show you out here is for this little gem up here. This E30. Honestly, I'm still waiting on Rick's dad to give it to me. But it's quite a nice story behind this, Rick, isn't it? So what's going on with this?
My granddad bought it years and years ago from an auction, and he used it like as his everyday car for like, I don't even know how long. And then when he passed away, my dad obviously inherited it, and that's just been sat ever since. Obviously my dad don't want to get rid of it just because that was his dad's car. He has talked about maybe cutting the side of it off and just sticking the whole side of the car on the wall.
I mean, it'd be nice, but at the same time I think it would look quite cool with an M50 in it doing skids. Yeah. So if I could maybe sweet talk your dad into that, I'm sure I can carry on the legacy of the E30 in some way. So Rick's dad, if you want to maybe, you know, consider that. And obviously you got the 46, which Rick got offered for stupid cheap to lend to skid in. Rick said no, and then decided to get quite a clean E36 to lend to skid in instead.
Yeah.
But I'm sure you'd rather crash this into a wall than that, but you'll yet to find out. And we've got these bad boys as well. Okay. Oh, okay. I'm sure a lot of you want to see this bad, Johnny. I don't even know what it is. Sub what? I know it's a sub. What sub? 9.3. Okay then. And the Lexus. Oh. But yeah, I wanted you to see that. Very sick. Mate, look how many gauges there are. So Rick, people are probably wondering, what is this car actually worth? You're gonna have to shout.
Well, it's got an agreed value on insurance of 35 grand.
Wow. 35 grand. Unreal. Look at the seats as well. So Rick is actually Italian as well. So this is quite fitting, really. The Italian stallion in the Italian car. Give it some rippers, Rick. That sounds very, very cool. The turbo noise. Let me hear it from the back. Hold up, hold up. Go on. If you want to see a video on this, you need to drop a comment below, because this thing is very, very sick. The whole front section has been pie cut as well. That is sick. What you do to get them angles, boys. I said to Rick, I was like, let me film under there. He's like, I don't think your head's fitting under there. Cheers, Rick. But I bet, this thing's 4-wheel drive as well. So I bet, from a dig, I really want to do a video on this, I don't know if you can tell, and this as well. But I do not think that is going to happen. So sick. But I think we're pretty much going to wrap the video up there. Right, Rick, thank you very much for letting me film. First of all, I want to say thank you to all who's got this far in the video. And make sure you hit like and drop a comment of which car was your favourite. Like, I want to know which car you think is sick. But yeah, for me it's going to have to be the E21 with a dog box. And obviously the Lancia is very sick. Old BMWs are just savage. But yeah, I'm going to leave the video there. Make sure, like I say, you hit like, drop a comment, and hit subscribe if you're new to the channel. And turn on the bell button for more so you get notifications when I upload a video. These are videos that I really want to start doing. So if you know of a garage like this, or you own one yourself, I do not mind travelling. So as long as you've got like some cool cars in there, supercars, classic cars, Jack cars, cool German, anything, message me on Instagram, N77BMX, and we can make it happen. Because yeah, like I said, I really want to start making videos like this. Peace.